So, Strevs, defeat tonight. What's your overall assessment of the game?
First off, I thought we was far too tentative in the way we played. I think we showed them too much respect, and obviously conceded a poor goal by our standards in the first half. Parts come rushing out, which he shouldn't do. He's too good a defender and too good a player to do stuff like that. And I just told him as much as well. He's one of my experienced boys. I expect mistakes from my younger boys, and I have to sort of come to terms with that because that's them. They're learning all the time. But as an experienced boy, he can defend that better, and he knows the standards I've got of him, and he knows he can do better than that. I said to him at half time, there's no feeling sorry for yourself, there's none of that. You've got to go out in the second half and try and put on a performance. And I think come out in the second half and I thought we were playing quite well. We seemed to be in a good shape, and then give the ball away straight away, bang, punished. It was a great finish by the boy. I think it was Collar that struck it. And then, the third goal at the end, I'm really gutted about the third goal at the end because everyone now looking in goes, you've been beaten 3-0 away, but the third goal's a poor goal as well, simply. That's really disappointing because I don't think we can very cheap goals.
There were some changes right from the off. What were the decisions behind that, and how do you think the players that came in fared?
Yeah, well, look, the decisions were pretty much made for me. Obviously, everyone see that Ty done his hamstring at the weekend, so we're going to have to wait on the news coming back on him. But obviously, he's not available for the foreseeable future. Housey was ill, so he was actually ill on Saturday. Struggled to play in the game, but probably wouldn't have been able to tell it by the way he worked so hard and the effort that he put into the team. So he was missing tonight, and then Dutchy's been carrying a bit of a groin injury as well. So sort of trying to look after him, and Cav's scan come back saying it was okay to play and stuff like that. So it's just trying to manage them two through. I think that's everyone. I think pretty much apart from that, I think everyone else was available. Obviously, Wince's still missing, and we're hoping that he might be back soon. And Hilly's progressing really well, so hopefully he'll be back soon. So we was missing some boys, but there's no excuses. I'm really happy with the group of lads I've got, and it's their opportunities to step in and play when they get the chance.
And in the second half, like you mentioned, we were starting to get on the front foot. Would it be fair to say we were putting a foothold before, obviously, their second goal came? Yeah,
that was probably the most frustrating bit, because I just said to the boys that I just wanted them to go and, not show them so much respect as they did the first half. Listen, you come here and you're playing against Stockport, it's very easy to come up, get caught up in what they've got, and you turn up at the stadium and they're talking about the players they've signed in, and they've got someone up front for them that's cost God knows how much. It's easy to get caught up in that, but I don't want to get. They're not excuses for me. That's the nature of this level. It changes all the time. Teams get more backing than others, and that's the way it is. But that never means where you're going to finish in the league, because that's been proven the last couple of years, definitely. So I just felt like we'd given them a bit too much respect first half. And listen, I respect every opponent we play against and the threats that they have, and watch them and know how good they can be. But I don't want the boys to show too much respect. I want them to show that they're good players as well. Some of the younger ones, I'm saying to them, go and express yourself, go and show you're a good player, show why you've been waiting for the chance to play in the team. And listen, it's a tough game for Dan and Tom to both come into, especially when they've both not had a lot of football. So they're only going to get better for the game. And any game you lose, you've got to learn from, and we're certainly going to go home, lick our wounds, and make sure that we're ready for Kindling at the weekend.
And we did create a handful of half chances in the second half. Was it frustrating or disappointing they didn't materialise into anything more?
Yeah, look, I think there was a couple of ones that flashed across the goal, and I think Tom had one that dropped down to him that he maybe snatched that slightly. I think there was one where the boys were saying that Dan got poppled back, but I don't know. I have to see that back. But listen, there wasn't loads of glaring opportunities. I felt that they obviously had a lot of balls going into our box, especially early in the first half, and they was well on the front foot in the first half. But second half, it didn't feel that way. I think they changed their shape to sort of stop us, and then we changed again to try and stop them because they put three up front. Listen, they've got threats obviously in the final third, with Madden. Obviously Reed that's coming on, and Cardwell was a handful for them tonight as well. So they've got some very good players and caused us problems as well. But that's the nature of every game. We feel like we can cause teams problems, and rightly they're going to cause us problems. And unfortunately for us tonight, it's a tough one to take. I can lose a game, and I just said that to them in there. We're going to lose games of football, but I don't think they're 3 goals better than us. Definitely don't, and I don't think there was 3 goals better than us tonight. I feel like we've given 2 bad goals away, real bad goals away, which I've just told them I won't accept, especially not a free header in the middle of our goal in the 92nd minute or whatever it was. That's just a poor goal. It's a really weak goal to give away. I'm really gutted about that.
And then we just look ahead to the weekend at Kingsland, like you said, and is that a chance we really have to bounce back now?
we're going to try to. There's no guarantees that we're going to bounce back, because Kings Lynn are going to give us a tough game. You know, they come to our place a couple of months ago now and was really good on the night, so we know it's going to be a tough game. But we've been up there fighting in every single game we played against, and I can put this one down tonight as a defeat that we've conceded 3 goals against a team. Sutton was the last time that happened, and it was going down to 10 men. But every other game we've been very much in every game of football we played, right up until the final knock-ins, whether we've drawn games or we were behind and we're trying to get level. So it's going to be a tough game. There's no guarantees with it. Of course, we're going to see how the boys come through this game. Hopefully Dutchy's going to be all right. Fingers crossed Housey's going to be all right. Hilly might have an outside chance, hopefully of being fit. Definitely won't have Winks, and we definitely won't have Tyrone Barnett, but that doesn't matter. Even if them boys are not available, the 11 that I started today, or the ones that were on the bench, were disappointed not to start as well. I believe they're good enough to win a game of football wherever they go and play, and whether that be Kings Lynn away or whether that be Stockport away. I believe that's got to be the mentality of the group, where we can put a performance in. That doesn't always mean you're going to get the victories, but I believe we can put a good enough performance on Saturday to win the game of football, and that's what we've tried to do.